just in itself. We just might now have a problem getting into places. We've got a wagon here with polar bears and a giant weapon on top of it. Yeah, so let us in your town.
All right.
Suffer the consequences.
Does anybody need anything before we begin?
Nothing I can't go get while we're playing.
Okay. Yeah. So, to give us a decent recap of the events that have happened, the party has defeated, like, long recap, the party defeated the dragon in Bridgehander, and the town has been singing your praises, and you've gotten a bit of downtime, albeit a bit tense, because the visions that each of you have had leading different directions as to, you know, what was the focus. Some of you, it was focused on Hadroon and what she might be doing. The rest of you, it was some other group of individuals that you have not encountered before, though similar topics have been mentioned by individuals within that vision, as far as things that maybe you know about. But the party really hasn't taken, like, while you've discussed things briefly, you haven't really taken a deep amount of time to, like, discuss the inner workings of what those visions might have been, I don't think. Which is why I'm not saying everything that happened in each of them. But what Ono had seen or heard, one of the things that he had mentioned to the party was that based off of what he had seen in the vision with, I believe it was, not seen, heard, but the vision of Hedrun, where she had claimed 3 out of the 4 items that she needed for her ritual. She was now heading out to find Sienna, the third sister between Atina and Matra, which is somewhere down by the Red Run in the forests down there. And Ono estimated that, well, depending on whether or not she brings her serpent that flash froze you, because it moves extremely fast, you're looking at between 1 and 3 days before she would reach down there, as the last time she was seen was in your vision in Targos. And the party took, I think, 1.5 days to gather supplies, make some changes. Big Toon made a new set of armor with black iron blades. Ono crafted a working rudimentary mechanical arm for Kanit. And as the party was taking some downtime and mourning losses of the sheriff / resurrecting the sheriff as a skeleton, you met an older woman from the Arcane Brotherhood named Valine, who pretty much is looking to hire all of you, or look to hire all of you, to help her with a quest to find the city of Ythrin, which is buried deep under the ice over in the Ragged Glacier, I believe. And she knows where you need to go to begin getting access to said ice, but there are things that she needs in order to be able to, let's say, gain the actual entrance. She knows where the entrance is, but she cannot open it. She needs missing 2 particular pieces to do that, and she would like to hire all of you to both help find those items as well as explore Ythrin. She offered you a sum of money. The party's like, nah, you need more money than that. And you were able to persuade her to pay some of it up front, where she had no issue being able to do. Seems that she has ways of accessing money from vast distances that seems to expand beyond the rhyme that has trapped you all up here in the north. Before the party kind of rested for that final night, Irini and Matra made mention that, Irini made mention, Matra was just there, that you might have a way to save Atina from the spirit of Hadrun without killing her, that there was a hammer, conveniently, not so much directly on the way, but it would be near the area where you would begin exploring for Sienna, down by the Red Run, that is said to be able to separate spirits from the body, and Athros was very much intrigued by that, at least as of our session that we had last time. And so the party was going to begin making their way the party was making their preparations to leave, and a final piece that had happened maybe within a couple hours before the party actually left was Tilly and the automaton and the lightning tank and the polar bears had all returned. Tilly being conscious when she arrived and unconscious when the party had found her, as there was some sort of curse or something taking over her body, as well as, I believe it was Tug, who was injured by Derogneil and a essentially small army of shadow-like creatures that had ambushed them on their way between Goodmead and Brinchander. She was able to help escape, and with the cost being that they were afflicted by this condition. Athros, bless his soul, cast Remove Curse on both of them, which removed the shadow that was engulfing their form. And Tilly decided, you know what, I'm going to begin working on upgrades to this tank that you guys have. Hopefully by the time you get back, I'll have something for you. And decided that she was going to stay here, whereas the party, since Valine hired them, was going to join you guys venturing south toward the Red Run. And I think that's pretty much where we left it off. Tilly was going to stay, begin working on plans. The automaton was staying here. Ugg and Tug were good to go. You had them all healthy again, fed, and they were hooked up, and the party was just leaving town as we ended our last session 3 weeks ago. So, did I miss anything?
No, sounds like you covered everything.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Awesome.
Covered everything I remembered, at least.
The party got a ballista that they will at some point here mount to the actual lightning tank, but you have all the parts that are needed to assemble it, that were granted to you from one of the heads of the town guard, since the sheriff is no longer alive. And yeah, the party was heading out, so you would be leaving out of the south gate, right? Crazy. The southwest gate, yes. Heading down the 10 trail, south out of Brinchander, making your way towards the Red Run. It will be, because of the speed that all of you are traveling, it's going to probably be about a day and a half for you to get down there. The weather conditions right now aren't bad. There's a small flurry of snow that's kind of falling. The temperatures are cold as always, but you've been able to manage so far. Those of you with rings of warmth don't really feel much of a difference, or you don't really feel the cold temperature, I should say. I guess what I would like is, I believe Ibram was taking the reins of Ugg and Tug to pull the lightning tank right now. So what I would need is 2 people from the party for various points throughout this first day of journey to make perception checks for me. And if you want to designate someone who is not here, like Ono or Irini, I can do that too. That's fine.
I'll make a perception check and guide myself.
Okay.
That's something I can do.
Yes.
I mean, I'd do it if I could also get guidance from, I guess, Ono, hypothetically.
Yeah, Ono would be able to guide you. That's something he would do.
Just to save you from having to make an extra roll. Oh boy. Okay.
Okay. This first day of the journey, you encounter nothing crazy heading down the 10 trail. You encounter at one point, maybe about midway through the morning, a caravan of like a trading group with 2 wagons that they kind of pass you on the side. Like every other person that you've seen, they kind of give you this like look of concern as your wagon is pulled by 2 polar bears. But Ugg and Tug keep within their means and don't seem to really pay them much mind. They seem to be on, they know they have a mission, and between Irini and Ibrin, the 2 of them have been able to kind of keep them under wraps.
I want to give Big Tune a nudge, like, do we want to rob him?
Ooh, don't tempt me.
Just, option.
I mean, yeah. What is it really robbing if we just strong arm them?
I mean,
if we just suggest that they give us their stuff?
we could talk to him, or We kind of are on a time crunch actually to get to this place. Maybe we should just
Yeah.
get there. Yeah. On the way back,
Above table.
Yeah.
Where, like, okay, so would we know roughly where we are in like the time frame of Hadrian getting down to wherever we're going or whatever? You know, like, because you said it was like what, like a 3-ish or like 1 to 3 day ride for her.
Oh no,
like,
estimated, yeah, 1 to 3 days. So
do we know where we're at in that time frame right now? Like, are we? Because you said we spent about a day and a half in Bryn Chandler, and it's going to be about a day and a half. Is that the full 3 days then?
That would be so. That would be the 3 days before she would get down to the Red Run area. That doesn't necessarily mean that she'll find Sienna in that time frame.
Right. Yeah, I just meant like her travel time.
Yeah,
okay.
Her travel time down to the Red Run. She'll probably by the time you get down to the Red Run, she will have been there. It'll be at the high end of the estimation. Whether or not she got there before, a day or two before, or she's just getting there, you don't know, but it would be around that time frame. Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't
there.
It wasn't like way off. Like what we saw was like some like way different timeline or something.
Yeah, no. It would be the top end of the estimation that you'll be getting down to where you probably need to be for the sake of finding the hammer.
Okay, sounds good to me.
The second half of your day, Big Tune, as you kind of switch shifts with Athros, looking throughout the, keeping a watch on the second story of the lightning tank. Yours is a little less interesting. You see occasionally maybe some form of wildlife just on the far end of your vision. At one point you do see that there are tracks that kind of cross the pathway, the 10 trail. It looks to be like a decent sized herd of elk. You don't see the elk themselves, but you see that they've been through here at some point between maybe this morning and now. The tracks themselves still mostly fresh. As you all continue moving south, I would imagine that at some point, Ibrin, that you would probably switch places with either Spit or Arini for taking the reins, just so that we don't have to do it the whole time, unless you're invested in sticking to the reins for the leg of the day.
I'd probably switch with Spit.
And Spit would be excited to get behind the driver's seat once again. Arini sitting down next to him to keep him company. As we reach the end of our first day here, I guess the party, since you're not near a town, because you'd be making your way about here, you would be reaching the river of the Red Run, but where you're looking to go for the hammer will require you to journey upstream a little ways. There's, according to Arini, and she would mention this as the evening, as you get closer to the river itself. So the information that we got about this hammer that is supposed to be able to break, separate spirits from the body. They say that you follow the river upstream a little ways, and that there's supposed to be some form of indicator once you start getting to the mountains. I'm not sure what that indicator is. I didn't really get that information, but I'm sure we'll notice it when we get there. I would hope, anyway. And Ono is kind of chimes in. Oh, I'm sure it'll be fine. It'll be great. It'll be great. We'll figure it out. We always do.
We're basically playing Oregon Trail at this point.
Yeah, I really don't want to die of dysentery at this river.
Yeah, can we not ford the river at any point?
Yeah.
I mean, at some point you can either cross it now, or you can try to cross it when you get upstream. There is it's not like the deepest river. Honestly, there's a bridge that crosses it, but let's say if someone fell into the river, you wouldn't have to worry about being sucked down and drowned. It's not very fast moving. So the party can either cross I would say at this point, which would lead you to a small forested area, and you can follow the let's say the left side of the river upstream, or you can follow the right side now and try to cross later. It doesn't really matter either way. There's just a guaranteed bridge here. you're not sure where there might be another crossing, or if it'll freeze over somewhere upstream where the tank might be able to cross it, since this thing weighs like a ton.
So as the driver, I think Spit should flip a coin.
Oh, yeah.
And what since it's 1 and 2, what do we want the values to be?
This is a good question.
Should one be cross or stay?
I don't know. I'm trying to think which one would Spit want to do more, and that could be option 1 for him.
Right.
Let me just make a general wisdom check for Spit.
Perfect.
Wise.
Yeah. Let me look at his sheet. What's his intelligence score?
Oh, he's
8.
not.
I
Oh,
don't
boy.
want to know. Yeah.
He only has one stat above 10. So
Oh, well,
Wait a minute. Wait, Ben, what's
don't want to
your
be smart.
int score?
Don't worry about it. It's
okay.
no fair amount of
Is it
negative.
lower than Spitz?
I looked at his character sheet. I don't like it.
So I know what Spit rolled. I rolled a wisdom check for him. Spit, his primary option would be, like, given 1 or a 2, his primary option would probably be to cross, because he knows there's a bridge here. So we're gonna flip it once.
I'd say probably make that 1 then.
I did, and
Okay.
as the party's kind of maybe having some evening type conversation, as like the sun that doesn't shine high in the sky would be lowering itself down below the horizon once again, signaling evening. You would see that Spit seems to be following the red run on the it'd be on the north side here. As you're following it, he begins turning, and you're heading westward on the north end of the red run. So he did not cross the bridge.
Okay.
He rolled a 2.
The west is upstream.
So west, we're heading west on. It'll be the north, like upstream. Yeah, the river flows from west to east, so it actually flows into the red waters, into Lake Dinishare.
Okay.
So we're following it upstream on the north side.
All right.
Okay, so as you begin moving, he'd probably travel for about another hour before the party would probably. I mean, you'd have a choice to make. You can either keep going now, or you could set up some form of quote-unquote camp and hunker down for the night. The winds will begin to pick up as you get kind of the blast that's coming from over the mountaintops. That's kind of creating a larger gust of wind with no trees to kind of dull it down. Being on the north end here, you don't really have a lot to buffer, so the winds will begin picking up as you reach evening time. It's cold. It's always been cold. A little bit colder now, but nothing you can't probably handle. But given the polar bears and the amount of time that they've been moving today, you could push through if you wanted to, but it's entirely your call.
Okay, so I have a thought here.
Yeah.
Well, first and foremost, we should probably ask, or have Irini ask Tug and Tug if they would mind continuing. But if they do, if they're okay with it, then I say, since the wind is picking up and it's getting colder, that Aethros and I should probably take over the reins, despite our, the fact that we really don't care quite as much about these polar bears, but because we have the,
don't worry,
but
I got
because,
this.
but because we have the rings of warmth, we won't have to worry about being outside. Yeah, the wind will be there, but it won't be a cold wind. It'll just be wind.
Yeah.
Versus everybody else will probably be a lot worse off.
Okay. So as the party kind of converses about that, Irini would, hearing that suggestion, would cast Speak with Animals and would kind of yell out to Ugg and Tug and see if they're able and willing to keep moving. And they would kind of chime back that they're getting a bit tired. They could probably go for a couple more hours before they would probably need to rest. So you could rest now and keep moving, or you could kind of try to push through, maybe late into the evening. Like, it'd be like probably 10, 11 o'clock at night, and you'd probably get really close, if not to your destination, because that'd be like another probably 5 or so hours from where you are right now. But they would definitely need to rest before you'd be able to move from, let's say, this shrine or wherever it is you're going. You would need extended time before they can move again.
As my thought is, since the weather's worsening now, I would anticipate the weather continuing to worsen and potentially making travel the next day or the next time we move worse.
Yeah, it's not getting any better, I feel like.
So if we can push to get there, then they can rest all they want once we get there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. And I think Arini would probably agree with that. It's well, it'd be better. I agree. It'd be better for us to reach where we want to go, and then worry about getting out of there when whatever we're doing is done, and then while we're doing whatever lies in store for this hammer, they can take a break and it'll all be fine. And then I think Ono would probably, he'd probably agree, because the last thing you want is to get trapped out somewhere and not be able to get yourself back out. So it's better to not waste time. I think his would be more time management. Like, if we get there now, we can do the thing, they can rest, we can book on over into the forest and see what we can find. Ibrin,
Plus, we'd have 2 new drivers, too, without having to worry about,
True.
The people that have already taken the reins having to get, any sort of exhaustion or anything. So
That is true. Ibrin, Miris, how do you feel?
Just keep the polar bears happy, and we'll still have a ride. So
yeah, as long as they're not mad at the end of the day, then I'm cool with that.
Or at the beginning of the next day, they might just be skeletons, and then they don't have to worry about ever getting tired. You're just putting it out there.
I mean, where's the lie, though?
There's always a plan B. Or plan D in this case. DED.
I think at some point, Arini or...
And B for bones.
Not
Yeah.
Arini. Valine would probably say something, be like, there's nothing wrong with everyone becoming a skeleton. Or an undead creature. just saying.
I mean,
Sorry.
there's nothing
You want your
wrong,
turn to be
but...
tomorrow? Help you move yourself along.
you say that sounds like a volunteer right there, Ben. Right.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I don't recall
Yeah, I would-
volunteering to be turned into one. I'm just saying there's nothing wrong with it. Let's make that clear.
With everyone being a skeleton, including
I,
you, right?
I would respond with yeah, I mean, there may be nothing wrong with being a skeleton, but then you wouldn't have this, and I just flex as hard as I can.
Yeah,
Like
she
an
would see
intimidation
your...
roll on that.
I mean, performance. Let's do a performance.
Oh yeah, performance.
That's what I was hoping for. Does
Did I change your armor? You should have your bonus to. It's not just RARs. It should be general performance checks.
correct? Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I don't. How will I know if it's gonna add, or should it put a?
You'll have to manually add it, I believe.
Okay.
I should be able to make that an automatic thing. It just takes a little more understanding than what I've invested into right now.
Alright. Yeah.
That's C plus.
Good.
Very nice. And she would see your flex. It is very, very nice. Your muscle protruding. You almost could swear for a moment that there might be even just like a glimmer of sweat from like the fire like that you guys have usually at least lightly going to keep you all warm inside the tank. A mobile fire pit is always nice. And she would nod and she would say, yes, because if you tried doing that when you were undead, well, you might see some of your muscles breaking as you flex them out of your skin. And she'd probably have a concerning chuckle as she says that. Wouldn't that be a sight? But I digress. Let's remain alive for now.
Yes, you
Mage,
shall remain alive for now.
Until Ono turns me into a cyborg.
hey, it's in the works. It's in the. I didn't have to say that out loud.
We all knew it was in the works.
Yeah, I mean, at this
I'm
point,
just
Ono's
saying, Kitty.
kinda
If
like
you lose one of your limbs, I should be able to replace it for you. Don't you worry about a thing. Just got some items here in my book that I'm missing that I'm trying to figure out. But I think maybe we'll be able to figure it out before we leave the north here. But don't you worry. If you lose a limb, I got you, Kitty.
Ono's just kind of like Batman in the Justice League. He's like, I got a plan for everybody. Don't worry.
Yeah.
All right. So, I say that the party would probably take maybe like a small, like a 10-minute pause to kind of like feed Ugg, maybe just take a quick look around in the area that you're at before boarding back up, maybe stretching your legs, and once again pursuing farther down the Red Run, again on the north side. As you, I would say, probably push that 5 to 6 hours of travel a little bit more. I want it'll be Big Tune and Athros, or one of you with advantage to make a survival check.
What's your
I
bonus
got
to it
plus
now?
5 survival. Yeah, I'm less.
Yeah, go for it. I'm only +4, so.
Okay. And then can I give myself guidance? And then
Yeah, I think
advantage?
that's fine.
Bro.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can stack it. That's fine. Oh, good thing for that too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, 19.
Was the one the first one?
Yes.
Cool.
Oh,
As
yeah.
it gets to be about just shy of midnight. The wind picking up to probably about 30-40 miles an hour. It's blowing pretty hard. Your visibility is a bit limited. I would say, whereas you're used to being able to see out to like that 300 feet, right now you're, just because of the actual physical conditions, you're probably limited to about 150, maybe 120 at times. But you do see across the river itself not being very wide, maybe 20, 30 feet at this point in the bend. You do see what looks to be something that kind of stands out along the mountainside. You see what looks to be carved out of stone, very old, 2 large ravens that are facing each other, creating an archway and a large staircase that seems to ascend upwards into the mountain. You can't see the end of where the staircase goes, it being beyond your vision with the blowing snow from the ground and the wind, but you do see that you can tell that you're definitely where you need to be, as like you kind of signal for the polar bears to stop. Looking across the river here, the river itself is not fully frozen over. There is, in the center, there seems to be a large pillar of like frozen ice that ascends down to the bottom, but on the sides it seems to kind of split the stream in two in this particular section to go around that, being thawed, and it's going to be hard for you to cross.
Yeah, I'll call out to the rest of the group, like, yeah, we're here, and on the wrong side of the river, and I give a bit of glare.
The mummy reference.
But just thought,
Yeah.
we go north, it'd be fine. It'd be fine.
Mm-hmm. We're fine.
Well, I guess.
I guess make camp.
Yeah. Can I test how deep this river is? When I see it?
Sure. How?
Or if not see, I can just jump in. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, you're near the river. You guys have been kind of following it along the right along the coast of where it's been flowing. Maybe about 15 kind of feet out, so that way you're not that way you don't sink or cause yourself to fall in. Safe distance, but definitely continually within eyesight. If you wanted to, yeah, I guess how do you want to test it? temperature-wise, outside right now, you have your ring of warmth, which is a pro. Temperature right now with the wind, you're probably looking at close to like -70. It's very, very cold.
How, how would that work with the ring of warmth if I just jumped in?
I don't know. We're gonna figure it out if you want to try.
Oh, I see. I see it's resistance. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it's definitely colder than what that says. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
try to look at first, and if
Okay.
need be, I'll hop in.
Okay.
Should I do like, is that investigation or
Yeah.
perception?
Do an investigation check for me. As you're like analyzing what's going on here at the river.
There is a river.
There is a river. There is parts of it that are not frozen. You look down
Wow.
inside and you cannot see the bottom, but you're not sure how deep it actually is. This might just be your you being tired from a long day of travel, but you're having a hard time.
I got a great idea. I think I know
what-
how to. I cast Moonbeam in the water. I want to see if it will light it up. And I can tell how far down it goes.
Oh, I thought you were just trying to like vaporize the center of the water.
Oh yeah, no. It's like it's a 40-foot column. Just continue to go down till it stops glowing.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
You could
You're right,
just
it does-
send your skeleton buddy down there to see.
I
No,
get
he's
washed
good
away
for it.
though.
Yeah.
Dim light fills the cylinder. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks like a flashlight.
Yeah, no, I like that. As you summon your moonbeam down, this beam of radiant light, 40 feet tall, 5-foot radius. Okay. It shoots down into this river. The nice thing is that it's the centerpiece, that the ice in the middle is far enough out that it doesn't impact that. But you look as the light shines down into the river itself. It seems to stop after about 15 feet.
Okay.
So 15 feet deep, and then you can see that because of the dim light that emanates out from this, it's 15 feet at its deepest, but it does get shallower as you get towards the center, towards that, the ice in the middle, and
Okay.
so I would say if it's 30 feet across total, every 5 feet, every 5 feet of distance, it goes up 5 feet in elevation until you get above surface. So it's deepest closest to you, and it gets shallower as you get to the center, and then the reverse is true going to the other side. So yeah, so it's just this initial step is going to be the worst.
So, because Victor knows absolutely nothing about magic, other than the few things that he has picked up now, he's gonna ask Ono if his ice beam, which is Ray of Frost, would potentially help us here.
I mean, I think me and maybe Matra could freeze a pathway over that should be okay. But I don't think the pathway is going to be thick enough for us to bring. Well, yeah, it looks back to the lightning tank because we're all kind of like freezing and talking about this by the river. It'd probably be enough for us as people to stand on, but I wouldn't trust the polar bears or the lightning tank to cross it. That might not be the best move.
Is this staircase leading up into the mountain thing, is that like basically on the other side of the river?
Yeah, you're looking at about, when you cross the river, you'd be looking at, it's pretty close to the edge. There's a pathway that seems to lead from like how the south side of the river. There's like a pathway that leads to it, and then back the direction that you came, and it's close enough to the river.
Well, if everybody else is, I'm comfortable leaving them.
Yeah.
I mean, we could even have one of those little origami dogs be a watcher, whichever one does the watch out and alerts us.
I mean, as much as I wouldn't want to leave someone behind, I think if we really needed to, maybe someone like Spit could stay behind to kind of watch over things here. If things get crazy and there's danger, at least then someone could take them out of the way.
Maybe 2 out of the 3 people who typically drive, and Spit and Arini?
That'd work.
Or I could leave the sheriff behind too. We got him now.
Yeah, I mean, worst case is we can investigate what's going on up here, and if it seems like it's going to be like shit, we need all the help we can get. We can come back here, grab them, and then go back again.
Yeah.
That is true. That's true. You are so smart, Kitty. I didn't even think of that.
So I say I vote we do that.
Both of you just absolute geniuses. Yeah, we could leave the sheriff. Can the sheriff? Well, the new sheriff, can he do things on his own, or does he need you to command him? How does that work, Aethros?
Well, since I've used him so much before, I think I just tell him to do something and he does it. So I'll tell him to be his own person and think for himself, and then he'll just do that.
Okay. Yeah, I think this is
Any
a
of
good
these
plan.
NPCs out of our way.
Yeah, I'm totally fine with that.
I figured you would be. That's why I suggested it.
So as a total, is it Arini Spit and the pseudo sheriff staying behind, or is it just Spit and the pseudo sheriff?
The Skella Sheriff.
Sheriff, that. Well, I'd say. Well, Reno's one of the people that knew about this, so she should come with us.
True.
Very
Still
true.
Be important.
All right. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay, Spit and the Skellyman will hang out at the Bears. Okay.
Captain Bones.
Okay, and Ono would kind of look around and see the barren wasteland to the north, and then look and see like the mountainside to the south there. Yeah, okay. I think we can do this, right, Mitra? And Mitra, like, stepping out of the lightning tank, would be like, "What are we doing now? We're gonna make a path. We're gonna make a path to cross this river, and then we're gonna go up those stairs and find this hammer." And she would just like look to the party and be like, "Oh, okay. Sounds good, I guess. We're gonna freeze one. Yeah, we're gonna freeze. We're gonna freeze a pathway across for us to walk on, and we're gonna go over there, and it's gonna be great. Okay then. Let's do that. It's cold out here. I know it's cold. It'll be fine. It'll be fine." And the two of them would they don't have to make a check for that, honestly. It's just Ray of Frost. It would take a little while, maybe like a total, to cross the full river, just to like make the ice thick enough and not just like a thin, tiny layer. It would probably take about 10 minutes for them to like officially make a pathway across. But it would be thick enough for the party to cross over this 30-foot wide river. I would imagine that you would, kind of give Spit some orders of, stay here. If things get weird or there's like, bad things that happen, give you guys a signal somehow.
Just out of curiosity, are we gonna sleep before we go, or is this like all on the same day?
So it's been, your total travel today would be the equivalent of just shy of a day and a half. So it would be your call. You could sleep now, or you could try and do what you're doing and sleep afterward. Okay. Ono would probably advocate for sleeping now and then going in the morning, which could just, retroactive, like, whatever. They would.
As somebody who had exhaustion, I would also vote for staying here.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Like, have we pushed ourselves too far to get here, and do we want to?
I feel like we're risking exhaustion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say nap time, bedtime.
Mm-hmm.
Now the question is, does a short rest, would that stop us from getting exhaustion?
It will not stop. You need to take a long rest to stave off exhaustion, like long term, because of weather conditions. You can't, taking continuous short rests.
Yeah.
It's not going to stave that off. Eventually, you're going to accumulate exhaustion from that.
Okay. Then yeah, long rest it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Question that I have is, who would like to keep watch tonight? because I'm going to assume that everyone's not just going to go to bed. Unless you want to designate NPCs to do the watching, you can do that too.
I can
It would
take
just be
first
2
watch.
shifts of individuals.
Skeleton doesn't need to sleep, so he can
Oh
just watch,
yeah,
right?
and Ono only needs like a short rest. I'm pretty sure.
No, that's me.
Oh, that's yeah.
Oh no, you
Battles,
then.
Yeah,
4
so
hours.
I can take first watch.
And Skeleton will just watch the entire time because he doesn't need to sleep.
He doesn't need no sleep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
Ibrin?
one other thing I
Oh yeah.
want to
sorry.
do
Yeah.
is I want to ritually cast Tiny Hut around me and the polar bears so that they can at least sleep in the warmth.
Okay. Yeah, you would definitely be able to do that. Instead of sleeping in the tank, you would just. Well,
Yeah.
technically, yeah. Instead of sleeping in the tank, you just hang out with the polar bears, but it would be comfortable and warm enough for you that you'd still be able to get a good night's rest.
Yeah, I think I actually get to choose the temperature inside the space. Yeah, the atmosphere inside is comfortable and dry regardless of the weather outside.
Very nice. Okay. Yeah, and with some help from Irini and or Ibrin, it would entice them to want to be within this dome with you, that they would be able to actually rest comfortably here. Okay, so Ibrin, I want you to make it'll be a perception check tonight. You would not be able to get guidance from this as everybody else is either sleeping or preoccupied with something else.
Perception.
Okay. The first half of the night, you manage to, keep your eyes peeled. You're awake enough after taking the break from manning the reins for a few hours that you feel pretty good keeping watch. You listen, and it's other than the howling wind that at one point maybe gives you a small headache because it just kind of rings in the back of your ears for a little while. You don't really see anything out of the ordinary, which is a good thing, as that's the ideal solution. You kind of, at one point when it gets to be maybe about the middle of the night, not the middle of the night, it would be 2, 3 in the morning because you arrived here around midnight. You do hear the sound of what seems to be that large herd of elk, or a different large herd of elk. You kind of hear their hoof prints through the snow as they pass within maybe, maybe about 300 feet of the caravan itself. But they don't stop to, none of them seem to be stopping to quote-unquote investigate what's going on. They just seem to be pushing on through, making their way eastward towards the 10 trail that you had originally traveled down. And your check is fine. I gotta make one for the skeleton. Just gotta see what their wisdom score is. Okay. Okay. The skeleton doesn't seem to be, he keeps watch, and that is what matters. But there's nothing he doesn't have anything that indicates that he needs to wake you. I guess it'd be early morning, maybe 5 or so o'clock, let's say. Be Miris, you would feel a tap on your shoulder, as you maybe open your eyes, having some form of dream. You would see that the person who tapped you on the shoulder is Matra. And she would look down to you, her being awake, also being an elf and only needing to take a short rest of sorts. You're Miris, right? Sorry, I'm not.
Oh, my name is Bob.
Where you find out
Yes?
you're not actually Mirrors.
Bum bum bum.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Did I get a response from you? I didn't hear anything.
I haven't heard anything either.
Oh, what was that?
Oh,
I said,
Sorry.
No, you're good. Mirrors, early in the morning, you would have gotten a tap on the shoulder from Matra as you like kind of open your eyes from having your rest, and she would speak to you. You're Miris, right? Sorry, I'm not as fully acquainted with, I guess, yourself as I am with the others.
Oh, why, yes, I am.
Do you have I don't mean to wake you, I was wondering if I could maybe ask you a few questions.
Oh, sure, go right ahead.
And she would like look around and see like, you know, the party who's sleeping is sleeping. Ibrin, you'd probably in your trance be able to kind of hear this conversation start or take place, maybe open up, like squint an eye, and just kind of see like Matra's talking to Miris. Can you join me upstairs? I don't want to wake everybody else, if that's okay.
Oh, sure, that's fine with me.
And she would head up to the balcony area where the skeleton is keeping watch. And interestingly, I just envision, because it is a skeleton and undead, that its head kind of rotates like one of those freaking it just rotates like 360 degrees. It's just like, you know,
yeah.
keeping perception within
His
its
head
field of
moves,
vision.
but his shoulders don't at all.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Just 360 degrees all times. His head just moves however it wants to. And like she would like look at it and like in a way maybe wince, but like move over to an area that's kind of out of the wind, but still being able to kind of see that you can tell that it's early morning. There's like a glint of red that'll be coming over the sky within the next hour or so, as she waits for you to arrive upstairs. I would like to start by saying that I don't mean to eavesdrop on things that well, people, you know, are interested in more than what I really need to. I just happen to I was trying to maybe be friends with the librarian back in Brinchander, and I happened to overhear that you were looking at books about pacts and you know, dealings with like the devils and the like. Not trying. She can tell she's like flustered in a way because she like doesn't want to like insult you in any way, because you are in fact a tiefling, infernal by nature. And she's like, not to assume that you've made a deal with a devil, but I happen to hear that that you might have done that. And is that true?
Why, yes, that is.
She what I feel like what most people would expect her reaction to be is what you've encountered a decent amount, with the exception of going to places that literally store information, is like a look of like concern or like a gasp. But you see that she has this sigh of relief that kind of comes over her. Okay, I didn't stereotype someone. I think maybe you and I might be more similar than I originally thought. I too made a deal with a being to get access to magics, and have you ever wondered what might happen if you, or have you ever wondered what would happen if you broke your deal?
I never thought about it too much. Why, do you know, like, what would happen if I would?
I don't exactly know. I was honestly kind of hoping that you did, because I am kind of looking for a way out of mine. My sisters and I, as you've probably heard a couple of times now, we were brought to the Church of Oral when we were young. My sister Atina, the one who's now, a spirit of an ice witch, apparently. She was the oldest, and when we all got taken into the church, we all were taught basic understandings of Oral's principles and of the different ways that one can maybe gain forms of magic ability. And my older sisters, Ziana and Natina, were much more fluent in being able to do that, and I was not. And to help keep myself from being thrown out of the church, I found and she has a hard time kind of saying it out loud. It takes her a little bit. They call themselves myriads. Think of them like a genie, but made of water and focused on water and ice and all that fun stuff. I found one in the north here. I paid a group of people to take me to find where it was said to be, and instead of asking for wishes or anything like that, I made a deal with them to grant myself some arcane ability. And I've been thinking about it for a long time, and I don't know if I want to do what they would like me to do, or give them what they want from me. I'm kind of looking for a way to get out of that. But what wasn't made clear for me was what happens if I decide that I no longer want to serve them or be linked to them anymore. And it makes me kind of nervous.
So, what exactly do you need to give them or help them with, or?
Well, the detail that they wanted reiterated, and I'll reiterate more than anything else, was they emphasized that what happens in my deal, its focus comes, if I were to perish, if I died and was not brought back within a certain time, they would be able to claim my body as a host. They're not an undead or a spirit, they're a djinn, but they wanted a physical body that they could use for whatever purposes they felt necessary. At the time, maybe a year or so ago when I made my deal, didn't really care about what happened to me. I just wanted to not be thrown out on the streets from the church. And I took the deal without really thinking much about it. I was young and naive, and I don't want that to be the case. If I die, I don't want somebody else to take my corpse for their own. It feels kind of like a repeat of maybe what happened to my sister. Maybe to a different extent. It's different, I think, with a myriad versus a undead ghost lady. But I don't know, and I don't know if that's the only thing they need from me or not either. But what they did give me was, I guess, in exchange for that, a token and ability for me to maybe gain insight into certain things a couple of times a day. And she would pull out this tiny coin, and you see the image of what looks to be that you would recognize just because it's in your studies you've like read about them before, the different types of Jinn that are out there. But like the face of a Murad, which for like genies is they're very fish-like in appearance. So you see like this like fish's head on the one side, and then on the other you see what looks to be like a carving almost of like Matra's face as well. You're not sure whether there's an actual like a head or tails designation with this coin, but you can see that it has the two of them are bound together, and there's like writing written in like primordial along the edges that seems to kind of just seal that fate that you can read with your runekeeper's eyes. That just kind of binds the two of them together. Her as the servant and it as the patron. The power that it gives me is great, but it well, I worry about the long-term effects of like what if we're fighting this Hedrun and trying to save my sister or both of them, and I catch a stray attack, or if I get struck by an arrow and that ends up being my end. I don't know what it wants, what it'll do, what its purpose for finding my body as a host would require, but I don't like the thought of it any more now than I did before.
Well, would there be any way that we could possibly use someone else as a host and I guess in substitute instead of you?
Maybe. I guess I hadn't thought about that. I guess the hard part would be maybe finding someone willing to take upon themselves the deal in exchange for myself. But I suppose it's not impossible. I mean, your group is able to work wonders as far as convincing people of things. I'm not, and she would like put a hand up like, I'm not saying you need to convince them for me. That might be something that maybe I should do, but I think if we survive all of this, if Hedrun is stopped and this Auril, the Frost Maiden, is stopped, that I might maybe set out and leave 10 towns and maybe find a way out of my pact that might not negatively impact people. I want to learn magic on my own. I've seen what you all can do, and the powers that you have, and well, while I'm not like my sister, and I'm not, a follower of Auril's faith like she is or was, I'm not really sure what to call it now. I feel as though I feel like I can do it on my own, but I don't know. I just felt like I needed to talk to someone about it because it's been bothering me. And when I heard that in Bryn Shander that there was someone in our group looking for books, and well, there's not a lot of tieflings in Bryn Shander. I just wanted to talk to you about it. I thank you for entertaining me, I suppose. If you happen to, though, while we're in our travels, encounter or have ideas for how maybe one can non-invasively break their pact, could you just let me know?
Oh yeah, I'll definitely know if I come across a way to do so.
While this whole conversation is going on, can I make 2 rolls real quick?
For
Stealth and either like investigation. I totally want to eavesdrop this conversation.
yeah, okay. You are a ghost.
Kidding, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, okay. I'd say you'd be able to hear the conversation.
And right as I hear it dying, I'd go back to the way I was before.
Okay.
Then I could take my long rest.
Yeah. As the conversation kind of comes to an end, Matra would kind of like look over to Amiris and give you like a nod and be like, thank you for entertaining the likes of a child like myself. And,
Oh, no problem.
maybe let out a small chuckle. As a token of thanks, I feel like I should, well, I would like you to hold on to this. And she extends outward the coin that she had been, like, that she showed you before with, like, the myriad and her face on it. It won't stick with you forever. It really only sticks with me permanently, but it will give you, at one point, should you need it, a glimpse into the insight that I've been given. Maybe helping you in battle or trying to investigate something. In D&D terms, it gives you a single-use equivalence of the spell Bless. So you have like a 1d4 that you can add to an attack roll or an ability check.
Okay.
Or a saving throw, technically, at one point. It's a one-time use. So you can just
Got
use
it.
but you can use it whenever. And she would begin heading back down to the first story. Ibra and you getting back into position before she would get there. Miris, before, as like you maybe get ready to maybe venture back down yourself, you feel a pulsation on your marked hand. It pulses a few times and you feel like the wince of pain that you've had before. Miris, I would like for you to join me at individual moments.
Okay.
Okay, Miris. As you feel this pulsation of pain, you see like Matra, like her head disappearing down to the below deck once again. The sun itself is not in the sky. The sun itself, the red is still just cresting the horizon, but emanating outwards from the shadow cast by maybe some of the dim light of the fire that comes from downstairs. While dimly lit in and of itself, you see shadow stretch along the second story of the lightning tank. Its appearance rises upwards into that of some form of like what you would see as some form of winged infernal-like creature, but as it kind of rises out from the shadow that is cast, it is a face that is very familiar to you. You recognize this appearance on the lightning tank as either himself or a vestige of him, of your patron, Suits.
Okay.
Miris, my boy, how go your travels?
I think they're going pretty well so far.
I see you found where you're supposed to be. All in good time, and I see that you've found one of the pages of your book that you're hunting. Am I correct in my line of thinking?
Why, yes, I have.
Maris, I've been thinking for a while, and I have but a question for you. Don't worry, I won't keep you long, but how would you like more power? More things that you can do, more utility in the magics that you wield.
It's tempting. I guess. What do you have to, or what do you benefit from it?
Well, my boy, truthfully, you're right where I need you to be. You're right where I want you to be. But you see, one who travels with you, I have a vested interest in. And I would like for you to, in a way, merely help me awaken things that might be dormant within their little mind. When the time is right, of course. Now, for me to give you what I ask, or for what I am offering, I would like for you to hold on to something for me. Till the time is right. Till I let you know when it's necessary. Don't worry, no one's getting hurt in what I will offer. No one's getting hurt in what I'm asking you to do. Merely restoring things to where they once were. And in turn, if you hold on to what I need you to hold on to, I can awaken something within you in exchange. How does that sound, boy?
I guess that sounds fine to me. Who's this other individual that would be involved with it?
I'm afraid I can't tell you that right now. But you'll know when I need you to know.
Well,
To tell you now might cause a chain of events to sway the opposite direction than what I would like them to.
Well, I guess I could help you out.
I promise to you that no one right now, no one in this exchange will be getting hurt. It is merely, in truth, I look at it as it's a way to help them grow, unlock things that they might have suppressed over time, things that could blossom into the flower that they once were, but that have been trapped and locked because of things that have happened in their past. I would like to help them return to where they were, but I need assistance in doing so, as I can't directly be the one to do it. That's where you come in, my boy.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll help you out this one time, and since you said no one will get hurt, so yeah, I'll go ahead and do it.
From his mouth, you see he has a large grin that kind of comes over his face. The suits that you're familiar with, his appearance, a purple suit of sorts, a purple hat, and a set of randomly scattered gold teeth. You see he has a cigarette that kind of hangs out of his mouth, and the smoke, when you say that you'll agree to it, kind of flutters into the air, almost as if like to surround the two of you in this aura of isolation. I promise you, my boy, you won't regret this decision. Trust me. And he extends his hand outward to you, as if to make another deal.
Okay, and then I'll I'll extend my hand out too.
Okay. As the two of you lock hands, you feel once again that pulsation on the top of your left hand. It kind of sends a shiver of pain throughout your body, but that's immediately met with a burst of arcane energy, as this purple aura seems to extend outward from the symbol itself and kind of wrap your hand in a blackish glow. It's not necrotic, it's not hostile, it seems very welcoming. And as the two of you release your hands, you look down and you see that there seems to be a small black sphere that he's left within your palm. Maris, when the time is right, when a signal that I give you has been met, you'll know who this has to go to, and I ask that you merely give it to them. When you do, this deal will be complete. The power is yours to keep. You won't regret this, boy. And he like kind of raises his one hand and like just gives you a light tap on your shoulder. You won't regret this. And his grin that he's had on his face grows a little bit more. You can kind of see some aspects of like his fiendish nature show through this. His teeth might be a little sharper. His eyes that you can see from behind the glasses that he wears glimmer that faint red color. And he, just like the shadow that he had appeared in, he once again disappears into the dim light of the shadows and leaves you to your devices. As I will make an item for it, but you just have a small black sphere of unknown purpose. And
Ooh.
you have awoken through this your boon.
Okay.
Since I think you're my one person who did not have one yet.
Oh.
Yeah, so everybody at some point awakens a boon. And
Okay.
this was the awakening for yours. I'll add it to your character sheet. It is known as, to give you insight as to what it is, it will be called the Boon of the Dealmaker.
Okay.
Should be under your features page if you want to read it whenever you have the free time. But I would say if you wanted to, you could return to the rest of the party as morning will be cresting over the horizon.
All right.
All right, I'll join you back in general.
Okay.
We'll have to see how it plays out.
Oh shit.
Hello.
So
Also,
we gotta
Ian
make that
did
saving
rejoin.
throw? Yeah.
Okay. So the party will wake up in the morning. Mirrors, you'll be able to venture your way back down to the inside of the lightning tank. Athros, you get a well-rested evening with the polar bears, which honestly at some point in the night will probably snuggle up to you and keep you also very warm. Everybody can take the long rest if you have not yet, to regain anything that you might be missing. If you have exhaustion, you should lose 1 level of exhaustion per long rest that you take.
Were any of us exhausted?
Oh.
I just don't remember. I don't think anybody was.
I was not. I was exhausted a while ago, but not anymore.
Okay, then you should be all good to go. I will do Ono and Irini's.
So how's your new character, Ian?
Mirror looks like Mirror.
Yeah, I'm still the same.
I don't know. He didn't respond to his name the first time, so I've got my question.
Yeah, animate dead. I'm
Yep.
sure.
Sheriff continues
I'm
to be
Mirror.
under your control.
Yeah, It's one of those things where, like, I was looking at him in the morning, like, do I really want to keep you around? I mean, you haven't really done much. Yeah, you look cool, but
He's going to be our sentry, so you would have had to.
I mean, yeah,
Unless we want Spit watching the tank alone.
yeah. I don't know. It's a high-level spell that I gotta waste on this guy every single day.
It is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does come at a
What has
cost.
he done for it so far? Yeah. Start putting him to work.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, go have him dig around for some gold or something,
Yeah.
or some items. Make him go look for what we want, Ben.
So yeah, send him on an AFK mission. Come back
Yeah.
4 hours later. What have you found?
Yeah.
It's like when your Pokemon find
Is
you
there
a
a
berry.
gold mine anywhere? Yeah.
Right.
Is there a gold mine around that I can just send him in and be like, okay, passive income, right? That's how this works?
Actively you'd have to look for one.
Oh,
Just send him to scrounge the mountainside and look for a gold mine.
How
yeah.
my party broke my D&D campaign.
Yeah.
Animate dead. Gold mine. Go.
Right? It's like Pal World, but it's
Uh-huh.
a
Yeah.
zombie.
I'm not letting you sleep. I'm not feeding you. I'm not healing you.
And
just
you have an
work.
artificer, so you have guns.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly, yeah.
And he
shout
wants
out
to make balls to catch or to store the
Yeah.
Polar bears in.
yeah, there we go. That's the word. I couldn't think of the word polar bear. Struggling there.
Yeah.
Right?
The ADD hit
Oh,
hard.
I got my big, tiny hut. That's a sphere. That, I gotta make it smaller.
Yeah.
I'm in a bag of holding.
Ultra tiny hut.
Yeah. Ball of holding.
Ball of holding. That's just the beat of force with extra steps.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
All right. As the party will wake up in the morning, they will. You'll all have taken your long rest. You take a little bit of time, maybe eat some rations, feed the polar bears some meat that you guys have in your pack, and kind of get things ready for Spit and the pseudo sheriff. As I guess, is there anything that people want to do besides the basics before? I guess Ono and Matra. I mean, they'll begin making the pathway across. I envision that Ono would probably keep Gebetto as his artificer thing today, which is fine. But is there anything anybody wants to do before the party sets off? Ono and Matra will be making the path while this is going on.
I'm going to be swapping out some spells or
Okay.
what I prepare.
Absolutely.
Just gotta figure out what's going to be most useful.
I'm gonna laugh when we just get there. We walk in, the hammer's just laying there.
Yeah.
That would be a great
I gotta
time,
get
wouldn't it?
this just for fun.
Oh, I'm good to go.
This is-
Athros, you can swap out your spells whenever you, just you can keep doing that. As is that
Okay.
the only thing you were going to be doing? Like, I mean, obviously that's something that you wouldn't be actively doing like mentally. Like that would be
Yeah,
when
so
you get there in the morning. Or
as
physically,
they're
mentally.
starting to freeze the river, I want to start ritually casting one of the new spells I just prepared. I want everyone, as long as everyone's close by, that should be fun. But yeah, they can continue freezing over the river.
Okay.
What spell?
I think I know what you're gonna do.
Animate dead.
I guarantee I already know. I'm not gonna say it though. I want it to be a surprise.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. As it would probably be again about 10 minutes or so for them to freeze the ice to be thick enough for the party to cross, and like the wind has gone down quite a bit. It's probably not -70 anymore. It's probably just close to like -40. So the wind is down. Still frigid as balls, but it's tolerable. I say, as we live in Wisconsin, and that is not tolerable here. As I would say, yeah, Ono and Matra would finish freezing the path across. Ono would like wipe a frozen bead of sweat off of his brow, buried underneath the scarves and like the things that he would wear to like keep himself from freezing. His hands may be like shaking because like he's put so much effort into this cantrip, and Matra would like look down to him and like look at her own hands, and maybe not noticing the pain as much. She just looks down, sees that they're kind of like frosted over a little bit, and like puts them like into like her jacket that she's wearing to like try to warm them back up. All right, guys, the path is ready to go. Should be wide enough that we could cross 2 by 2. Whew, that took a lot out of me.
Yeah, don't worry, guys. I just finished my thing too, and I ritually cast.
Fucking knew it.
Water walk. Well, we can all walk in water now.
That's funny.
And Ono's like looks at Athros, looks at the rest of the party, looks at his bridge. He's like, "You couldn't have done that. You couldn't have done that earlier."
I guess I could have. Yeah. I thought you guys were just having fun over there.
It's all fine. It's all good. Yeah. It was a grand old time. Yep. I know now that I can make a bridge across the water, and I know now that you can just make us walk across the water. It's all good. It's all okay.
And I start skipping across the water. Let's
As,
go, guys.
Everybody, I would imagine, including Valine, covering that, what, 10 people? Is it 10 people? Yeah, 10 willing creatures would be able to walk on water for the next hour. So, is the party heading out now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say so.
All right. It's a weird feeling stepping onto this flowing water as if it was solid ground. But you watch as, like, when you step onto the water, there is, like, this glimmer of, like, blue divine magic that seems to keep you from sinking down. And you're able to walk the 30 feet across this river as if it was literally just a patch of ice that you see right next to you that Ono and Matra had created. I will say that as you get to the end of the water, you would see that, like, the bridge itself, closest to the lightning tank, kind of begins to crack and begins to, like, break apart, and you see, like, the chunks of ice that had been frozen over flow down the river. Well, I guess it's a good thing that you cast this anyway. Good thinking, Athros.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, he would, like, look at these two giant raven statues. These statues themselves standing about 50 feet tall. They're enormous. It's why you're able to see them from far enough away. And the staircase is very, very tall and winding. They seem to still disappear up out of sight. You're going to be entering a small, like, cavern of sorts, ascending up these stairs that have been carved out of the stone. Looking at the ravens, there doesn't seem to be any plaque that seems to be, like, at the base of either of them. They just both kind of stare into each other, their beaks meeting in the middle to create this archway. Again, about 50 feet or so tall. Irini, do you have any more information about what we're to expect up there? And Irini would, like, look down to Ono. No, not really. Where we got the information, I guess I really should say that I'm the one who got the information, because the Nameless, who, again, has been kind of talking to me, she kind of told me where it was, and said that it'd probably be useful for us she said to prove our worth to the hammer. I don't know what that means. I don't know if it's a sentient hammer or if it's just a trial or something, but I'm assuming we'll get more when we climb this staircase. As I would envision, unless there's an obstacle, the party would begin ascending.
I think what it is we just have to throw money at it. Said prove your worth.
But Kitty, sometimes those things aren't meant to be taken so literally, but maybe. I mean, we do have a decent amount of money, but I don't know how I'd feel about spending my money on a hammer. But I guess that hammer might be useful, because then it could maybe purge headroom out of Atina, who we're trying to save. And he would, like, look back to Matra. We're trying. We're going to do our best. Don't worry. We'll do it. We'll figure it out. We'll get it. But it's not always meant to be taken literally, though.
What's that hammer going to do? Take our money? It's not like there's somebody there. I just figured we'd throw it down at the ground, say, hey, look how much we're worth, and then we pick it back up.
And, like, you would see he'd take down some notes. Like, is there possible magic to analyze money, like, buried within the ice? Like, questions to answer. As the group would ascend the staircase. It winds around the side of this, like, the side of this mountain for quite a ways. You find yourself ascending upward. Like, vertically, you're probably climbing about 250 feet. Total distance traveled, you probably travel about, I would say, maybe half a mile of climbing up the stairs. It's not like a steep climb. It's definitely gradual over time. The staircase winds along the side of, like I said, this mountain, and you, like, look over the edge and you can see the sun rising in the distance. Its red glow reaching the point where it's, like, fully visible within the sky before it'll eventually disappear, creating the deep dim light that you guys have been used to this entire campaign so far. It's just bright enough to cast a red hue over the clouds, and then over the horizon itself. A very beautiful image of the north here, if it wasn't for the fact that it would disappear shortly after. As I would say, after maybe about a half an hour or so of you climbing upward this pathway, you will eventually reach what looks to be a round plateau. the plateau itself being about 50 feet in 50-foot radius, so 100-foot diameter, and sitting in the center of this plateau, you see a large pillar. Give me 1 second. Sorry, I gotta get my notes open for this. Okay. Stand in the middle of this pillar. You see, it looks to be a pillar that was originally carved out of stone that has since been layered over, encased in a thick layer of ice. I would say, does anybody here read or speak primordial or celestial?
Well, I don't read any languages, but I speak Celestial.
You do have an intelligence of 7 now. Technically, you can read. If you wanted to, or if you needed a refresher before
I have
you
the
could.
mental comprehension to be able to read, but I haven't learned yet. I might
Okay.
recognize some symbols, maybe. I don't know.
Okay, I got you. You're able to at least understand, like,
Yeah,
you feel
I
you,
could learn
over
to
time
read
you'll
now.
be able to claim that. Okay, gotcha. Okay, I do know that Miris can read. So written in the stone slab, encased in an inch-thick layer of ice, is a warning and at the same time a set of instructions, Miris. The writing, a cross between the formality of celestial and the raw primal nature of primordial. I will send you what it reads.
All right.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Yes, actually, the Konami code.
yeah. Left, right.
I sent it to you through Discord.
Okay.
Ooh, actually, does Irini read any of those languages? That's a good thing for me to know. She does not.
Does
What
she have a
about
spell where
Ona?
she can comprehend languages, or
Actually, that's a good freaking question.
that seems like something?
She does have comprehend languages as a spell.
I'm trying to remember
So
that was...
I guess my question is, Amiris, if you wanted to communicate that with the party, you could. Otherwise, I would have Irini do it.
Yeah, can you just have Irini do it?
Yeah, I can do that. So, Miris, as you're like reading the stone, you would hear, and the party would hear Irini cast comprehend languages. Well, let me, I guess, be useful on this endeavor, everyone. And she would you would see like the glimmer of arcane light shining from within her eyes, and she would like run her hand across the stone. It reads, "To wield the Raven's hammer, one's spirit must be strong enough to defy, yet uphold the natural order of life and death. To understand and foresee events that will lead thyself and others forward to victory against the undead that plague the deepest reaches of Vas'Kai. One's willpower must be strong enough to endure the pain and suffering of those that have come before them, to carry their spirits with them until one's own judgment day arrives. Prove your value, your worth, your path along the fated threads, and the power of Spirit Breaker will be yours to command until death." I'll put it in the chat too. I'll actually put it in Discord in the general page. So that way I'm not crazy. I will say below these instructions / this warning, you would see indented within the stone itself, this icy surface, an indentation with the vague appearance as well as size to fit a singular palm of one's hand, with a small frozen bead of blood attached to the bottom.
Boy, oh boy, to defy yet uphold the natural order of life and death. Sounds exactly like what Athros has been doing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I do like hammers.
And I am
So-
really strong. Like, look at these muscles. Come on.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. But to understand, I mean, that's just not gonna happen.
There are certain things I want to emphasize too. I'm going to edit the message so that way I can show that. Just give me a second. Because it's like, in the stone itself, it's also, like, you can tell it, it's both the warnings and instructions. So,
Okay.
spirit, force, sorry, I gotta edit that again. Spirit, foresee, and willpower all have, like, they stand out as part of the text, so signaling that it's probably maybe a set of trials.
We already did that once. Do it again.
I mean, oh no! Why don't you put your hand up there? You like hammers, right?
Yeah, I mean, little hammers. We don't even know what this hammer looks like. What if it's one like you have? I can't wield that. And he points to your giant hammer that you wield across your back.
Yeah.
I do it.
Yeah. 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 What's the worst that can happen? Let's do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like I
I
said,
go
there's
up to
a indentation for your hand with a single frozen bead of small bead of blood that seems to be attached to the bottom.
I got it.
Okay.
Got this.
Okay.
First of all, can my hand fit in there? Or my
Yeah.
paw?
Does it fit? Yeah. You have a different number of like
This
fingers?
is a good question. I should, before we do this, because it might change things. You get the feeling. You know what? No. I want both of you to make insight checks. Maybe you
Sounds
don't
good to
get
me.
the feeling. Both you and Athros.
Whoops.
I will say Ono will guide you, Big Tune, if you wanted to add
Oh,
guidance.
I'm not
to yourself.
using guidance because this is just...
Hell no.
Yeah.
You both get the
This
feeling
is just a
that
gut feeling.
you get this feeling deep in your gut that whoever's going to be wielding the hammer or trying to prove their worth should be the one to put their hand on there, whether it is you, Big Tune, or Athros. Whoever's going to wield the hammer should be the one to prove their worth.
I can use
Hey, you
like,
can use
I
either
am
weapon.
proficient. Yeah.
I want
I'm not
to
afraid.
do an insight check on Big Tune now. Like, I look at him, the feeling like, you really think about putting his hand there?
Okay, yeah, I don't give a shit. You would
I run
genuinely get
forward
the...
to put my hand in there.
Oh,
I wanna
nuh-uh.
be- Yeah.
Hang on, we have to do some sort of check for this.
Contested dexterity checks.
All right.
Can I
I'm gonna
do
say
that there?
because of the fact that Athros could see that he wants to do it and he's trying to gauge that, I will give you a DM's inspiration to outrun him. It's not fair, I know, but it would be giving you your roll with advantage.
Yep.
Can I just misty step right there?
You could.
I'm
You
not
could.
even like running.
Oh.
I'm just gonna magic there.
Okay, you do have that free casting.
Like
I
I
forgot
get
about
the
that.
insight and I'm like, nope, I'm doing this.
I was saying it was really. I won't bother rolling then because I don't think it's
Just been,
worth
I'm
it.
there.
He's just.
Yeah, because it was literally just like all Big Tune was just like all right, let's move this along. I don't give a shit. I'll take a hammer. I don't care.
He as you place your hand, just like, not wanting to lose the Big Tune, you place your hand within the palm of the ice. I want you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Well, see, this is why I should have done it. Oh no, you have high con too, though, so you're
Yeah.
fine.
Just normal saving throw though.
Oh, you're fine.
You take 7 necrotic damage, and just as you have seen from the the drop of blood that was there before, some of your own blood does seem to roll down the stone, but you watch as inside that the stone, but beyond the ice, it glows with a faint red color that seems to light up both the warning and the instructions, and you see that more information lights up along the other sides of this I guess 4-sided stone structure that was not there before.
For the necrotic damage, if
Yes.
I have resistance to necrotic, is that rounded up or down? I'm trying to think.
It is rounded.
Or that
If it's an odd number, it is rounded down. Unless
so
there's a
it's 3.
specific rule that says otherwise. Like most of the time, D&D defaults to rounding down. Exceptions to that
Okay.
being like Harness Divine Power, which specifically states round up.
Yeah, that's why I just couldn't remember which one it actually rounded to.
That's fair.
And it was consistently 1. Yeah, want to make sure.
So, as you you look around the sides of this this pillar, Miris and Irini, you would see written in once again that cross between celestial and primordial. It almost looks like a set of rules, and the layout of like what these challenges might be. You see that one of these challenges, you see kind of erupting from the ground. It'd be from the like if we're looking at this from a 4-sided structure, the one that had the list of instructions on it, on the back side of that, so the far side of the square, let's say, you would see rising up out of the ground is another pillar of ice. This one having some form of purple liquid within it, as well as a what looks to be a skull of a raven that seems to be able to hold to be used as like a cup. You would see that rise out of the ground. You would see to the left, let's say, we got north, now we got left and right. To the left, you see a set of stairs that were not there before, carved themselves out of ice, ascending once again upwards, farther up into the mountain. And to the right, you see another pathway from this, large plateau, open up and move same level that you're on right now, so you're not ascending anymore. It just takes you across what looks to be a small chasm, over a bridge of ice to a different platform. So you can see where the platform is. There's nothing over there right now. The stairway leads up. You can't see where that ends. And then there is also on the north side of this 4-sided pillar, a smaller pillar of ice that has a purple liquid and a skull of a raven inside. What you see, Miris and Irini, as far as written across all 3 of these pillars, is there seems to be essentially there's 3 different trials that you can complete in whatever order you choose. There's the willpower challenge, the foresight challenge, and the what's it called, the spirit challenge. The willpower challenge seems to be focused on the ice and the liquid and the raven's head, or raven's skull, I should say. It's going to focus more so on constitution. The spirit challenge seems to be focused on your overall vitality, and it'll probably be focused on strength. And the foresight challenge seems to be maybe focused on your wisdom, as well as you're not quite sure what exactly the challenge itself is, but they all seem to have a different focus. But there's a list of rules that are tied to the challenges here in order to essentially prove your worth to Spirit Breaker. Written down, and I'll post these as well in the general chat. Rule number 1, you must complete all 3 of the challenges, but you can complete them in any order. So you can do whichever ones you want to do first, second, third, etc. 2, you can have the assistance in completing these challenges. So Athros can have the assistance of in completing these challenges of 1 other party member per challenge, but you cannot use the same party member more than once. So every single challenge will require a different person, should you choose. 3, failing all 3 of the challenges will cast the challenger's soul, will cost the challenger their soul, resulting in their immediate death. Death from this challenge will not permit the resurrection of the challenger by any means short of a wish spell. 4, before the final challenge is complete, you can reattempt any of them, like any of the ones that you might have failed previously, once with a different party member. And 5, should you decide to abandon this challenge and leave Raven's Point before all 3 of the trials have been completed, it will result in the loss or forfeit of the completed trials, and you will not be able to try and claim Spirit Breaker for anything less, for any less period of time than at least a month. So basically, if you decide, you know what, screw this hammer, I don't need this anymore, and you leave, any of the challenges that you have completed will be considered forfeit, and you will have to wait at least 1 month before you could try again. I'll post them.
And with them being considered forfeit, that's not like failing all 3. You wouldn't be dead. It would just be
Correct. Essentially, you'd have to start all over again.
Yeah, just to restart the
covered.
instance.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I can definitely help you with 2 out of those 3. I've got good scores for 2 out of those 3.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know where the rest of the party lies on either strength or constitution outside of you, though.
I don't know, has decent constitution.
Because I've either gotten, I think we're roughly the same in con, because we both have the same bonus.
Yeah.
Strength, I know we're roughly the same. I think you're actually a bit stronger than me.
I think, yeah, I have 1 more strength.
Oh, wait a minute. Is it Rainy really strong?
We can find out. Rini has an 11 in strength. She is a dexterity-focused person. She has a really high charisma, though.
Because obviously wisdom you shouldn't need too much help with.
No, but still, it's nice having someone just as a backup.
Right,
yeah,
right,
and
right.
what hasn't been disclosed at this point is how those people will actually be able to help you. Like, if it's a challenge where you have to fight someone, well, that makes sense. Fighting together helps. But, like, if it's a challenge of constitution and, you know, you're not sure what that is, like, you're not sure how they'll actually be able to help you. They might give you a bonus to one of your rolls or be able to help you with advantage or something, but you don't know.
Or it might be a challenge against them. You gotta beat whoever I bring.
In an arm wrestling contest.
Yeah. No.
Real quick question, Dakota.
Yeah.
Because I thought about it way too late.
Yeah.
As far as that Misty stuff is concerned, like, how instantaneous is it?
Instantaneous.
Because like, hypothetically, with it being a bonus action, I thought, seeing as my shield, my bracer is also a bonus action, that if I would have used that, I could have had a chance.
If we're gonna look at it from I understand where you're coming from. Think of it like, if we look at it in Pokemon terms, it's like extreme speed versus quick attack. There is a speed counter that we'd want to factor in there. Misty Step would be like a 2. Your bracer would be like a +1.
Yeah. Okay.
So it would still, be faster.
That would have been funny.
But like, let's say, you know, Aethros just decided to run towards it. Your bracer would give you that priority.
I was definitely going to try to argue athletics over dexterity, because I was going to try to like sprint and then jump.
Yeah, that's fair. I can understand that.
But I like how it shook out.
No, I'm winning this. I'm using magic. I'm cheating.
No, I definitely like how that shook out. That was great.
But you know what? No, I win. Okay. So I at least know the order that I want to do these challenges in. I'm going to do it in the order that they're on the tablet. So Spirit first, then Force Disease, then Willpower. Yeah, and then Spirit was kind of like the strength of someone. So I think I want Fiction to come with me for that one.
Which one?
The Spirit, right? That's the
Correct. The spirit one is more focused on physical strength. Willpower is constitution. Foresight or foreseeing is wisdom.
Okay.
Don't know who here has good wisdom besides me.
Not me.
I'm gonna look at all of our people that are with you right now.
Yeah.
Valine does not. She probably has really shitty wisdom. Ono actually has decent wisdom.
Okay.
Irini has a 13. Ono has a 15. What about Matra?
I'm 12, so.
Spit's
Well, you're
not
being
here.
brought along for the spirit one, so that's your one.
Right, no, I'm just saying, just in case it were to, like if you're like, oh shit, I should probably,
Matra has
I
a
was just
10
like-
in wisdom, so she would not be useful for this one. So
And for what it's worth, Ben, I do have a 16 con.
I'm not worried about Constitution.
Okay. Just making sure you had all the facts.
We're gonna wing all these.
Hell yeah.
I wouldn't expect it any other way.
Yeah. All right. So yeah.
All right, so
We
you're doing
go
this,
towards the spirit challenge.
the spirit challenge first.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So you begin ascending the newfound stairway that was carved out of ice once you accepted the challenge. The party themselves are able to join along. They're just not allowed to interfere, with the exception of the one person who was chosen to assist. So,
Okay.
as I would envision, unless someone says otherwise, please call me out if they would, the party would join Aethros and Bigtoon to ascend the staircase, ascending upwards into what looks to be, because you're high enough up in the air, you're like parting through some of the clouds that are parting, that are like passing through the sky. So you pass through a cloud layer on this staircase. At one point, maybe like I would imagine Ono would maybe lose his footing temporarily and like kind of begins to fall backwards, and like Abram, you're able to catch him. To which he utters like, "Thanks," as you continue to ascend upward, and you find a plateau again. This one with a circular encasing that has 4 large pillars curving upwards towards the center out of the ice. You see on the far end there seems to be a bit more like ice shards that have been like risen out of the ground, and sitting in a what looks to be a throne made entirely of carved ice is that of a frost giant. They sit their hands resting underneath resting under their chin, and they see you all approach and stand up from their seat. Their blue-hued skin, and their arms kind of covered in different sets of bones and leathers. They, from their side, they pick up what looks to be a large, very large battle axe, in size similar to the skeleton that you had fought in the Howling Caves. But this one, not a skeleton, a true frost giant. In common, they utter out to the challenging party. So you wish to challenge the hammer, proving your spirit. Who steps forth to challenge me? And he like pounds his chest as he puts his axe down temporarily, awaiting for the challengers to step forward.
Are you guys familiar with the Predator high five?
Oh yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I was about to say, Big Two and I,
God.
we lock eyes, and then yeah, and then we walk forward like we do.
10
Yep.
out of 10.
I mean, nothing shows strength more than that.
Oh,
I feel like we win the challenge just based on that.
Yeah, okay. All right, let me move you two into the arena, and then I'll move the map over. Okay, let's get you guys access to the map.
I thought about asking you, Ben, being like, should we not let them come with?
Oh yeah, just the two of us.
Mm-hmm.
And then we never come back. They're like, how long do we wait here? Are they dead?
Oh, this place is badass.
So, like I
Man.
said, really it's going to be the three of you, like you two and the Frost Giant,
Yeah.
fighting in combat. Everybody else can watch, but they cannot interfere, as that's part of the challenge. So I would like for the two of you to roll initiative. It's been a little while. If you don't remember, let me know.
Okay. So I do get my armor, Nicholas Blessing. I have advantage.
Correct, and it should automatically ask you to roll for advantage now.
Okay.
Okay. So, as the snow, upon seeing the two challengers enter the inner ring, which, mind you, the inner ring does not mean you can't leave that inner ring. You could leave the ring. You just, yep, it's your call. As the two of you step forward, there is a purple glow that glides across the cracks in the ice. The ring that is in the center of the room glows, and for a brief moment you see the symbol of the Raven Queen appear in the center, and it's in all of its glory. The circle with the raven's head in the middle, it flashes for but a moment, and then it disappears. Miris, as Aethros and Bigtune step into the ring, for but a brief instant you feel a pulsation on your hand as you look down and it kind of goes away. We begin combat with Aethros. As the giant readies his weapon, it is your turn.
Alright. So it looks like he just has, what, an axe?
He has... You see he has a giant axe as his primary weapon. You don't see anything else that seems to be attached to him at this time.
Oh. Oh, that's really nice. Not that I really need it in this fight, because there's only 3 people, but I like that the combat tracker spit itself out for me.
Yeah, there's some nice things that I've been trying to navigate here.
Okay, so... I think I'm going to start off by casting... Yeah, Spirit Guardian.
Ooh, okay.
That is a 15-foot radius of myself. I'm gonna choose radiant damage, or I guess it's on my alignment more than what I want to choose is the damage type. But yeah, so 3d8 radiant damage if someone enters that or starts their turn on it, right?
I believe so.
And-
It's either enter it or the start your turn there.
Yeah, and I can designate creatures that are unaffected by it. So naturally, Bigtune is gonna be unaffected by it. So that's my action, and then I'm going to move up 30 feet. So move up to there. That's my movement, my action, and yeah, I can use the bonus action.
Okay. And that's concentration, right? Spirit Guardians?
Oh yes. Yeah, that. Spirit Guardians. Concentration, yeah.
Okay.
For 10 minutes.
Very nice.
So hopefully long enough.
Who knows? We'll see.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm sure
Big
he'll
two.
kill us before then.
You guys are strong. You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Big Tune, it is your turn.
All right. I am going to. Okay. Move myself up to there. and I'm going to cast Magic Missile on good Sir Frost Giant.
Okay.
He wasn't expecting magic, was he? Uh-oh, I think the battery's dying.
Okay. Perfect.
So is that-
nice. So
Is
it's-
that
I'm sorry.
3 of those, right?
It is 3 darts. Yes. So it does a guaranteed 12 damage.
Sweet. And then all I have left to do is, sure, I'll roar at him. Not daunting roar because he's too far away for that, but just fun for funsies.
Give him a nice roar.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll a performance check for me. Okay.
So close.
You
Glad I didn't waste the net.
let out this amazing roar that you feel pretty comfortable as like one of your better ones, at least recently. Does not seem phased by it, but you can tell that at least like you feel good. All right. Is that all
cool.
you're doing on your turn?
Yeah.
It is the giant's turn. He's gonna step up, and he will enter your spirit guardians. So if you want to roll me 3d8, which reminds me, what is the appearance of your spirit guardians? Because you get to choose the appearance of them. I'm curious.
Batteries he may be changing them or charging it or
that's
whatever.
fine. I can wait. All right.
I had
13.
my mic on mute, but yeah. So my guardians are definitely gonna be somewhat type of like shadowy creature, but almost I don't know, maybe Fey-like shadow.
It's just Gerard Way going around and around.
Okay.
And then it also prompted me for a saving throw
Yeah, that's interesting.
when I did the damage.
Okay.
Did I just
Not sure why.
do that?
You can.
I'm just gonna hit close on that. And
Yeah, you can just
see what
ignore it.
happens.
It should be fine. If for some reason it fails, it doesn't fail because it didn't ask. I didn't make you roll anything.
Okay. I wasn't sure if like there was any mirror damage shenanigans going on.
Right. No mirror damage coming from me this time.
Okay.
He
This
is
time.
within- Yeah. Good ideas for later.
Uh huh. Oh shoot! Never said that.
The giant is going to look down at Victoon, who let out his mightiest of roars. And with his giant axe, he's going to make a attack against you.
All right.
Ooh, it is a 17, so that does miss. As he brings his axe down, he kind of like leaves this huge indentation in the ice, launching bits of it everywhere else. The weight of it rather immense, but you're able to move out of the way in time. However, he does get to make a second attack against you.
And I can't even use my riposte because I'm not close
Yeah.
enough to hit him with melee.
Yeah, he has a 10-foot range.
Yeah.
At least, as far as you know, considering
Right,
his
right.
attack. Ooh, dang. Both of his attacks, as he goes in to try and hit you with his axe, which you feel would be a very not great time, he hits it down into the ice, and you're able to kind of move out of the way. Not able to make purchase. But that will be
Sweet.
his turn. This time he's actually going to, I think, maybe move up one more after that. So he's within
I
range
like
of
that.
Aethros, too. And that'll bring us to Aethros' turn.
Okay. Oh, yeah, his speed is also halved when he's in the area. I don't know if that makes any effect.
What was that?
I'm reading through. For the Spirit Guardians, so this giant, he would have his speed halved while he's within the radius of it.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, I'm just reading through all the rules of this so I don't forget anything. or
It's a
miss
great
anything.
freaking spell.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I did not have him make his. I forgot he's supposed to make saving throws for that damage.
Oh,
It's okay. I'll know for next time. He only has.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the greatest of scores. I mean,
Okay,
it's
that's
good.
good
It's
to
just
know.
Not the greatest thing in the world. Like not as great as you. So
okay. I think I can just move up and use my warhammer. Or
Beam him?
yeah, it wouldn't matter.
I'm concentrating on the Spirit Guardian, so I can't do that.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
What I am gonna do, because now that I'm level 6, I have 2 talent divinities. I'm gonna use my Twilight Blessing, just so we can get some temp HP. Because I have a feeling this guy's gonna hit hard.
Okay. And how big's the radius on that again?
It's 30-foot radius, and I just realized I forgot to change. I have 2 talent divinities now at level 6. My character sheet doesn't have that, so
Super circles.
yeah.
Which is
So
like
that's
an
my
eye in the middle.
Yeah. And then I'm actually going to move to the opposite corner of this frost giant so that I am flanking with Victoon.
Okay.
And that's my movement. This is my action, bonus action. Not gonna do anything, so end of my turn I get temp HP,
Okay.
which is a D6 plus my cleric level, so 6. Oh. 9, 8. Although I think that Twilight Blessing might be giving me some right now, because I can't change how much I actually have on my character sheet.
Okay, let me see what I got here for its effects.
Oh yeah, did you roll a 1 or something? Because I have 1.
Yeah,
That's what I'm wondering, if it
it's-
rolled a D6, but we
yeah,
can
I
add
think
the level.
I'm gonna change the active effect because it has an effect that it tries to do and it fails miserably at doing it. So we're just gonna delete that effect. It should give you the
Really don't want us to go down after like one hit from this guy. Right. That would be
Basically, I'm
bad.
hoping that I can just like tabletop
Okay,
him.
you should be able to edit your
You know,
temp
right
HP
over
now.
you.
Yeah, now I can. Yeah, now I got the 9.
Yeah, I roll.
Yeah. Well, die, Victoon. Your turn.
Alrighty.
Okay, big
Well,
two.
and the frost giant was so kind to come right into my range, so I don't have to move. And I'm going to swing at him. About as simple as it gets.
Okay.
Okay then.
Big
Great.
Toon, I want you to make an athletics check for me, Big Toon. No, a sleight of hand for me.
Out of
Yeah.
curiosity, flanking? Anything?
Oh, no, that's true. That's true. Good call. Roll again.
Thank God.
That's better. Okay.
Alright, yeah. I'll take that.
No sleight of hand needed for you this time.
Thank. Okay. I guess I was just so stunned by him getting closer to me. I'll give it another shot.
Okay.
This time I'll just do it straight with advantage right away.
Mhm.
Okay.
16.
So
Is
we can
that-
make that.
Is that? Do I need to make?
Do you think you do? Because I don't think you can. I don't think you get to know
No,
if it succeeds or fails first.
No, I definitely was not. I mean, I was asking you, but not
Yeah.
asking you.
Yeah.
I think
He
for
was
the
trying to get
safety of
insight
it,
from
I'm.
you.
Actually, before I do that, I did have a question about that because they're not anything in particular. Like they're not like contradicting. Would I be able to use two different maneuvers in the same attack? Like if I use like this precision attack to, then make it possibly a hit, could I then turn that hit into a menacing second die?
You can per combat superiority, you can only use one maneuver per attack.
Okay.
Yeah, it says it
Okay,
in your
well, I mean-
combat superiority page.
Oh, okay.
Because you're right, they don't contradict each other, but that's like sorcerers too. Like they can only use one form of meta magic per
Gotcha.
spell that they cast too, unless one directly says you can use this with another one. Blah blah blah.
Gotcha. Okay. Then I will. Yeah, I'll just be safe and I will make it a precision.
Okay.
Other formula.
Yeah.
Hell
Very
yeah.
nice. Yeah. So that's a
Let's see
24. Your 24
Yeah.
will hit.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll for damage.
Okay. And I gotta damage. Whoops. So I did take, or I did switch my fighting style last time we leveled up,
Yeah.
and now I just get a straight +2 to damage rolls.
Yep. So
You think it? I can't tell if it. Oops. Bless you. I can't tell if it's on there or not.
So for damage, normal damage, it should be whatever the dice rolls are plus your strength modifier. So it should be whatever it is +2. But if there's an additional +2 in that
It's-
like thing, that
It does say at bonus, so I'm guessing that's it.
let's give it a whirl. Let's see if it does. If
Yeah.
it's not, then we'll just add 2 damage. It's fine.
Okay. And then actually, I would like to. I mean, I don't see any other reason to use my boon, and
Okay.
can use it cast smite on him,
Okay,
and
so
I'll
thunderous smite.
man, I'm really tempted to just.
Dump
yeah.
everything because you always do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way to go.
Yeah, there's no way not. Yeah, I'm just gonna take all 16.
Okay.
So I'll just do 68.
And this is why I brought you.
Yeah. Okay.
41 damage. Okay.
So let's
Wow.
see. The 2d4 plus the 2 plus, and then it just says ++2.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
It's just it's the way I have the script written.
Okay.
So it looks like it did take in the
Okay.
the dueling bonus.
Cool.
I like how on your
Oh.
2d4s you rolled 1.
Did I really?
Yeah.
That's a shame. I don't have Great Weapon Master anymore.
But rolled great for the smite.
Hell yeah. Okay. And
Okay.
because I ain't no bitch, let me just get rid of this balloon before I forget. And I am going to also action surge. There's no reason not to do that too.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yep. And I'm swilling 2 more times.
Yeah, the crossband's gonna be real mad at you.
23 is gonna hit.
Okay.
God, max damage, nice.
And then 1 more time. Yeah, he's gonna be real mad.
Yeah. Wah, wah.
And that one is not going to hit, unfortunately. Unless.
Yeah.
Wait, no. I should have had you declare that. It's fine. If you. Because you technically still have more maneuvers, so, like.
Right.
I
And
I would let you roll it if you wanted to. 11 is going to miss because I
was. I mean,
He's still flanking.
If you want to. Oh yeah,
Flanking.
that's true.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't give me any sort of insight necessarily on the last one, so I feel like this is kind of, you know, I had a feeling that 11 was going to miss, so I would have done it.
Okay.
But you do have.
But you do have advantage because you're flanking.
Oh.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. We keep forgetting because he's so
I did
big.
too.
Yeah. All right. Try roll one more time. Okay. Yeah. I will.
There you go.
Give it a go.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah, everyone knows it's not gonna hit.
All right. A 20 will hit though.
And really make him upset.
Okay. I'm not gonna bother worrying about it. Keep forgetting. First hit. The first one of my action surge.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna. I'll take the hit on that for forgetting again.
It's okay. I understand. All right.
So,
Anything
yeah,
else
I
on
think
your
that's
turn?
everything. I don't think so. I've done just about everything I could possibly do.
Okay.
And in your turn, I'm gonna give you temp HP from my Twilight Blessing.
Oh yeah.
That's
I-
7 HP.
Actually, yeah, it won't let me. It won't let me.
I gotta
change
get
it.
the active effect on you. 1 sec.
Okay. And then
You should be good.
also if okay, and how much do I get, Ben?
7.
7. Okay, and then I guess actually one other thing,
Yep.
real quick. Can I see how he's looking?
You can tell that with the power of your thundery smite from your strong shield pride and your several slashes that you forced yourself beyond your limits to make, that he's looking pretty hurt. Your impact from your smite definitely did a number. He would be considered bleeding, so at least at half health. To be
Awesome.
fair, 41 damage in one round is more than that.
Yeah,
41
that
damage
was
in one attack is a
disgusting.
lot.
Yeah, you did a lot in one round.
Yeah. I'm really glad I rolled well on that smite.
That was good. I think that's one of the better ones that you rolled too.
It has to
It was
be.
good.
Oh yeah, you had nothing but 4s and above for that 68.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, but his turn.
Oh yeah. So he
Spirit
starts
Guardian?
Yep, Spirit Guardians. And he has to roll a Wisdom save or take half damage. So if you want to roll the damage for me.
Yeah.
He is going to use a legendary action to succeed on that. Legendary resistance, sorry, to succeed on that.
Oh.
So he takes 8 damage.
Half damage.
Or not half of that, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so 4.
Alright.
I'm doing something over here.
For doing your for the amount of damage that you've dealt to him, your blade cutting into him deep. He's a very tall individual, and you're able to cut into like one of his legs, leaving a large gashing wound that seems to like begin to freeze over because of how cold it is. His attention seems entirely focused on you, Big Tim.
Yeah, I can't imagine why.
And
Oh,
he's
that's
going to
weird.
he's going to make 2 attacks against you again with his great axe. You do feel that he seems to be inspired in some way. The damage that he's taken seems to be working in his favor. You're not quite sure how at this point.
Okay.
That first attack is going to be a 28.
Yeah, I think that's gonna hit.
I'm gonna use silvery barbs.
Oh.
Okay.
I would just be careful blowing your wad.
Yeah. I'm going to give advantage to myself then. Or actually, no, I'm going to give it to Bictune.
Okay. Well, I mean, we have advantage no matter what, so.
Yeah. I was wondering if you have to make a save or something like that.
Oh, that way, yeah.
Okay. So that will actually make the attack miss, even though he's become a bit more enraged now with the damage that he's taken. You do see that something seems to alter his attention just enough that you're able to like dodge underneath his the axe that he swings, once again cresting down into the ice. As he makes another.
Can I?
Yeah.
Can I repost that then?
Yes, you can.
All right, sweet.
And then you have advantage on this.
Yeah. Okay. Advantage on range.
That will hit. Go ahead and roll for
All
damage,
right.
sir.
Oh yeah. Sweet. Cool.
All right, for another 10.
Rush train die.
This is going to be one of those moments where it's like the sword fight in an anime, because he is going to use a reaction that he has to make a free attack against you because you have made another attack against him.
That's great. It's like a DBZ fight when they really start
Pretty
just
much.
fists flying everywhere.
For another 28 to hit. So
Yeah.
can't possibly
All right.
imagine.
Yeah, no, you're feel free to roll damage.
You take 23 damage.
Ooh.
And that was his.
Now, hang
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
23 damage. Let me just make sure that
Oh, it took it away from your temp HP?
48, that's 10, 6, 16, plus 7 is 23. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure I took it away. It looked like it wasn't enough.
No, that's fair. That's fair. And then he has his secondary attack from multi-attack yet to make against you. For a 27 to hit. I
Yep,
can't possibly imagine.
I always know when you hit me because it always tries to trigger my riposte.
For another 25 damage.
Okay.
So as his rage seems to fuel him a bit more, he's going to, with his feeling satisfied with the damage that he's done to you right now, he's going to move and focus on Athros.
That's fair.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, no, I don't have a reaction anymore.
yeah. Running away, are you? Huh?
Merely changing focus.
Because you're losing on the other side, I see.
I wouldn't call it losing. And that'll be his turn. Round 3.
Last time I checked your ass, dude.
Yeah. So this, like, ice pillar that's coming out, can I move underneath, like, right here?
Yeah.
I
you
basically
should-
just want to get to his other side again.
Okay, yeah, you can move underneath it. It's
Like,
it's
he
high
moved
enough up
around
in the
a lot.
air where it's like almost his height, so you can move underneath
Okay.
it.
Oh, so we have to impale him on it by making him
15,
charge into us.
25. And then, yeah, I'm just gonna use my warhammer and attack him. So I gotta remember how to target somebody.
That second box down.
Oh yeah, I was targeting him. It's been so long that I've actually used the weapon attack.
I'm just glad it's working now. It wasn't working before.
Oh yeah.
That is going to miss. At 12.
If you were gonna say
Okay.
that was gonna hit, I was gonna be so upset.
No, because nah. I wouldn't do you
'Cause-
dirty like that.
All right. Well.
What is first
That's
attack
my
at
action.
flanking?
No.
Okay.
Oh no, he's not there anymore. So bonus action. No, not gonna do anything for my bonus action. I'm happy with the amount of temp HP that I have right now, so I'm not gonna do the Twilight Blessing. So Nick, it can be your turn.
How is is anything procced with that Spirit Guardians? When you walk
So
by?
at the beginning of his
Or is it
turn,
just
he'll-
his turns? Okay,
Yeah.
I wasn't
yeah,
sure
he
if
actually
he,
moved out of range of
He
it.
is.
So yeah.
Yeah, he has not. He's been staying in the range. pretty much
Okay.
the entire
Yeah.
time.
Just wanted to make sure.
I will say, before your turn starts, he's actually going to take a legendary action and throw a rock at
Yeah.
Big Toon.
I'm not surprised.
Since you know, it's not like there's a grudge or anything.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I really pissed him off.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So
well,
it is a new
that's-
round. It will be a 26 to hit.
Yeah. Yeah. That's probably not gonna feel good.
So I'm gonna use silver barbs.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want you to go down.
Yeah, I know, but
That's fair.
okay.
Um,
Yeah. I mean, I can't stop you.
Yeah.
As he picks up this like large, not really a rock, but a large chunk of ice, and like as Aethros is like moving to get into his position, he kind of throws it at you, Big Toon. You see once again there's that alteration in like where his focus lies, and what you thought was going to hit you flies overhead and kind of hits into the side of the like part of the mountainside and just shatters into a million small pieces. But the force that it was hurled with, you feel like it would have really hurt if it would have hit you.
Yeah, I definitely after this, I'd like to know what the damage die would have been.
Not good, probably.
But that will bring it to your turn, Big Toon.
All right.
Uh,
Okay.
So that was good though,
That will
because
be-
yeah, he rolled a 14 the second time, so he got real lucky.
yeah.
Yeah.
And for the advantage roll, I'm gonna give it to. I'm actually gonna give it to myself this time because I'm
Yeah.
going. I'm just gonna run up. Flying
Yep.
bonuses.
I'm gonna first and foremost use second wind here.
Word.
All right.
There you go.
I'm almost not bloodied anymore. If that were a thing in 5e, but okay, so plenty of room. Sweetness. There. And I think you know what I'm going to do.
You're gonna do that thing you do.
Yeah.
I sure am. And this is back with advantage again, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
23
Good.
will hit. Very nice.
Sweet. I'm gonna do it again.
Oogie.
My dice dropped in really weird on that one.
21 will
Not
hit.
like that looked. Okay.
For another
Sweetness.
9. Okay. Bringing your radiant and fiery sword once again to make a few more slashes across their back. It's almost like soldering the wound as they go, as they do quite often. You can tell that you're doing a substantial amount of damage to him. You've done a lot already, and he's not quite there, but it won't take long for him to be there.
And then, okay, and then let me just do some more measuring here. Perfect. Well, actually, I guess right here, like this little like ridge that's going along it, is
Yep.
that height or is it just?
No, it's just like cracks in the ice.
Okay.
So
Then I would like to use my bracer and stick into the spike here, right here.
Okay.
In this square specifically, I guess.
Yep, I get you.
Yeah.
All right, make an athletics check for me.
Shit, I'm gonna be so mad. Okay.
Yes, you would be able to move to that square. As you throw your
Like I
shield,
literally got to.
catches in, you trigger the chamber, and it pulls you across the ice to where you want
Man.
to be.
Can I still use the rest of my movement then?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
How much do you have left? Is it 10 feet or is
I
it
have,
more?
I have 15
Okay, yeah, you still have, yeah.
because I went 20 initially. So then be 5, 10. Wait. That's there's really no way I can get. Would this be like maybe half cover?
Yeah, from range attacks, I'd allow that.
Okay. Yeah, specifically from the rocks. Because I mean, if he wants to come over here, he's gonna find me whether whether I like it
This
or
is
not.
true.
So.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then that's gonna be my turn.
All right, Spirit Guardians.
All right. Yeah. Gotta reroll that damage. I did not see it roll. Oh, it just
It is.
it was a 15. It looks like. Frost. For some reason, it targeted the frost giant.
Not quite
I
sure
didn't
why,
realize that.
but yeah. So 3d8, 15. Yep, he will take damage from that. He will fail his saving throw. All right, and focusing on you now, he's going to take two attacks with his mighty axe. Alright, his first attack will miss with a 19. As he brings it down, you see it crash into the side of the pillar. And makes another one. With a 27, that will hit.
Ooh.
Ouchies.
Oh, it just went away. I was gonna use my reaction with my cloak of resistance.
Ooh, okay. Instead of taking the full damage, what you will, because it halves the damage, right?
Yeah.
You'll take 13 damage instead.
Okay.
You might you'll want to mark that one.
Yeah. So 9 and a 4. So. All right. Oh, and then I gotta make a saving throw.
Yes.
It's requiring another one. Do I need to make 2?
No, you shouldn't have to make the one because it's.
Okay.
I don't know why it's only sending them to me, but you'll succeed on your con save to maintain Spirit Guardians.
All right.
All right.
And I should have used the advantage from the silvery barbs from a while ago, or from when.
Oh,
I
from
used it
just
to say
just a minute ago when he
Yeah.
threw that rock at me.
Yeah. Because I have to use it on the next throw.
Got you. So that would have been
Look,
for.
I can't save it. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So it would have been
Like-
yeah, I get
Yeah.
you. Okay.
Just I can't use that advantage now on an attack.
He is going to, I think, move out of the way. So movement speed is halved.
I used my reaction too, so I can't.
Yep.
My
Right
animal is
there.
running away.
All right, that'll be his turn. Is to get out of the
Is-
way here.
Does that hypothetically grant me full cover then?
You would have full cover now, yeah.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
Good question. Aethros, it is your turn.
Just
Yeah. Well.
time to drop the old spirit guardian.
Actually, yeah. Why wouldn't I just run up to him? I was thinking of using a range ball attack, but no.
Everyone wants to be a Beyblade at some point.
Wrong. I don't know what I'm doing right now. Okay, so I'm 25 feet away. I have space for movement.
Okay. That'll be. So he's entered it for the first time, so that'll be another 3d8.
Yeah.
Pulse.
What's your spell save DC right now?
16.
Okay. Perfect.
Is it though?
He will use a legendary resistance to succeed on that. So he takes 6.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, he has that much health left. Okay, perfect. Alright. He is looking
That's
very worse for wear. You can tell the damage that Big Toon has laid into him, and the radiant damage from the Spirit Guardians is definitely taking its toll. it won't take much to push him over the edge now.
Okay. So I still have an action, because that was just movement.
True.
And I will just swing at him with my hammer.
Okay.
Bound to hit him at some point, right?
This is true.
Right?
At this point.
But that
Right?
time is not now.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Then end of my turn. Twilight Blessing.
Oops, sorry.
Alright, for a
Better
7.
than nothing. Alright. That's the end of my turn.
Okay. Legendary action before Bigtoon's turn. He's going to make a attack against you, Athros. Free attack with his great axe.
Do it. I dare you.
$26.
I'm not even gonna still rebarbs it. I'm not worried.
Just tank it, dude.
I'm really hoping that wasn't actually like a critical.
It wasn't.
Okay, good.
Thankfully. But you do take
Jimmy was a 28 earlier.
31 damage.
Yeah, that's rough. But
Okay. And it looked like it automatically took it, so. Oh,
Yes.
Nicktoon.
Okay.
yes.
It's beating me up. You're supposed to be my bully. Bully him. Kill him.
Okay.
Bigtoon's turn. He's really worse for wear. You can tell that your damage that you've been dealing to him is definitely meeting its mark, and he's reaching the end, but he's still able to swing with all of his might.
Okay. So correct me if I'm wrong, but if I move for 1 here, that's, and then the rest of it would be right to there, correct?
Yeah,
It's
the third
hanging out at 50 feet.
Yes.
Okay, cool. That saves me some trouble. I'm just gonna.
Couldn't charge it.
Begins running over.
Yeah. But no flanking bonus, unfortunately.
No. Yep.
Nope. But you're all up close and personal.
All right. Yep. All right. I'll try the first time. Excuse me. I hit normal. Thank you.
13 will not hit.
Okay. I'll just try again. It's unfortunate. Boy, oh boy. Hey. All right. So
Make a
sleight of
sleight-
hand, right?
Make a sleight of hand check for me.
Oh boy.
Ooh, not great.
Mm,
As you
no.
try to put all you know he's on the end here, and like you could take him down. You put all your force into swinging your sword, and you lose your footing on the ice enough to launch Flare Glimmer next to Athros on the ground.
Ooh.
So Flare Glimmer is technically 10 feet away, slid across the ice next to Athros.
Right. Okay. Oh, nope. I already used my bonus action. That is a bonus action. Oh, no, I didn't. Because I didn't use my bracer. I was thinking about using it. I hope this dude rolls poorly. Because I'm going to try a daunting roll.
Okay. DC 14.
Yep.
The Frost
Oh,
Giant-
even I have to do this, it looks like.
It should just creatures of your
his
choice.
choice. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
As funny as it would be.
Okay. It will succeed with a 19.
Okay.
All right. As you let out this mighty roar, it kind of just looks down and roars right back at you.
Okay, suddenly Victoon kind of likes this guy. He's mad at him, but he kind of likes him.
And Scott's massive,
yeah.
too.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's gonna be it for my turn, I guess, then.
Okay.
I can give you temp HP, though.
Yes, you can. That is helpful. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah, full 7.
Hey, you know what?
Better than nothing.
Everything
Yep.
counts.
That technically puts me over half again.
Wow.
All right. Frost Giant's turn. He is going to
You take spirit damage.
take damage. Go ahead and roll. He might not get a turn. We'll see.
Fail,
Damn.
fail, fail, fail.
Oh, even with the legendary
doesn't matter.
resistance, it's not going to matter. As he gets ready with his axe to come down and swing at you, Athros, you watch as the radiance that has been kind of emanating out from you finally pushes him over the edge, and as he brings his axe down trying to attack you, it crashes into the ice next to you. It would actually push Flare Glimmer 5 feet over, back towards you, Big Toon, so it's right next to you now. And he falls down to his knees, and you would see as he collapses down onto the ice. Unresponsive. Not alive. But you watch as he disappears. His body seems to shatter and break apart into tiny, made out of ice, little birds that seem to, as they kind of appear out of his form changing from the color of the frost giant that he is, the deep blue, the long hair, it kind of turns into like a translucent icy color and then shatters apart into these small birds that kind of let out their song as they disappear into the sky around you. Athros, you hear in the back of your mind this female voice uttering out to you. The first trial. Success. As the party is left to their devices on the platform, the frost giant has been defeated.
And can you help me make a performance? Not help. Like, can we?
Oh, assist you?
make
Yeah.
No, not assist. I want both of us to make one. 'Cause, I mean, we
Oh,
need to see
okay.
what our post-game Predator high five is.
Oh yeah. So just performance.
Oh, I didn't even make my +2, but I didn't need it.
23. Okay.
I really carried the weight on that one.
Yeah.
You kind of go in for your post high five, and Aethers, you feel this reverberation from like Big Toon's the sheer force that he's putting behind this, feeling great about their success in the success against this frost giant.
I mean, it's about right. You did do most of the work in this fight.
Yeah, if I added it up correctly, my first turn I did 73 damage.
Yeah, you did almost half health in one round.
It was very good. Yeah, am I allowed to know what the damage die on that rock would have been if he hadn't silver?
29.
Yeah, I would have been down.
29, and it pushes you 10 feet.
You
So it
push
would
him
have
10
pushed
feet
you
underground.
farther away. Yeah.
Push you off
Okay,
the platform.
I will say it. I know you're not that kind of DM, but I will say I do pick up my sword.
What?
You mean you're not just gonna completely forget about your most prized possession?
Right, and
On the
then
ground right next to you.
on the next fight, all of a sudden you're like, what do you mean you're gonna swing? Have it.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
I'm not that guy. You're right.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, there's a lot of assumptions that get made. So, but it's the good kind, so it doesn't matter. Okay.
Cool.
So, the first trial is completed. The pillars once again light up that dim purple, and a slightly the purplish hue engulfs the circle as well that you had been fighting in. Nothing hostile, just signaling as if something has been completed. The rest of the party, you are at this point. Since the trial is done, you could join with the group, or they would make their way back to you. Doesn't really matter. The frost giant disappears into, fragments of ice, so there's nothing to loot off of its corpse. As
It's my turn. What would I like to do? Rest.
you would have heard the voice emanate in the back of your mind that the trial had been completed.
Yeah. So I'm not feeling too good.
No, I'm not great either, but I'm better than I could be. Cause, well, now I'm gonna lose bonus, but now before I forget.
Well, I'm gonna roll for temp HP just so I have a little bit of extra.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't need it. Jeez, how many ones in a row are you gonna roll on
Yeah,
that?
not
On the
great.
next round, I'm also gonna do it again, just to see if I get one more.
Yeah, as
better
you're
one.
like venturing with the venturing back maybe towards the party.
Yeah. Like, okay,
Give yourself
I
a
guess
little more.
8.
So if you would have rolled it 6 times, you would have got a 6. By
Yeah.
that.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Is the party making their way back down to the, I guess the center of this, trial-based location, this shrine, this plateau, or what are we thinking?
Back to the Crash Bandicoot style
Well-
warp room.
Right.
I'll take a look at the throne, see if there's anything up there. Oh no, maybe. I don't know.
As you
A strange
look,
throne.
you look it over. It's literally just a throne made of pillars and shards of ice. There doesn't seem to be
Okay,
any
kinda
weapons
figured.
or anything encased in between. It appears that the creature, the frost giant that you fought here, seems to be a manifestation of the trial itself.
Yeah.
I sit in it, and I do the Borat. King of the castle, king of the castle. I have a chair.
Me, look at me. You do this, you do that.
It is
Oh,
a
yeah,
very large
thanks, I'll
throne
write
for
that.
you to sit in.
Hell yeah.
All right. Ono and Irini would kind of, look the two of you over. Ono would probably be like, "Well, that looked like it was fun. Definitely glad it wasn't me in there. I probably would have got squashed."
Yeah. Don't worry, you'll have your fun next time.
Oh, I'm sure. As the party begins making their way back down to the central stage, I guess you could call it. There are 2 trials remaining. The trial of. Sorry, I gotta open up my
Foresee?
shit.
And then willpower.
Yes. So you have completed spirit. So yeah, it's foreseen or foresight and willpower are your 2 trials that are remaining. Willpower is, you feel, based off of the descriptions, constitution focused, and is the purple liquid and the raven skull, and the foreseen trial is wisdom focused.
Well, I already know I'm gonna go in order, so I'm gonna go to 4C. Next.
Okay.
I feel like Ono would be the one to best help out on this.
Okay.
What category do you need?
Wisdom.
Mine's only a 13 with a +1.
Yeah, I thought Ono had like a 16 or something like that. Something high.
But if it is damage
Yeah.
focused, I'll put more damage than he will.
I don't
But
know if
we don't
all
know
of them
what
will
the
be
focus
damage
is.
based or combat
Yeah.
based.
Yeah.
We don't know until we get there.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I mean, it very well could be, but I have a hard time. All 3 are just gonna be.
Do you have any
I was actually
healing
surprised
potions?
one of them was. I got 1 spell. I gave all my healing potions to the town guard.
And the
At
town
that first
used
standard.
them to great effect.
Oh, you know
Yeah.
what? Hang on. I still have some.
So you might want to heal
Hey,
up.
Oh,
never
I would
used
love to
them.
use a healing potion, but I just
Please.
gave away
How many do you need?
I could use a decent amount. I mean,
Barris,
I've
you got
got-
any healing potions, bud?
I've got
Yeah,
10,
I actually have
dude. Take as
10.
many as you. Yeah, same. Take as many as you want, man.
because they do what? 2d4 plus something?
2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2, so. Because I'm at 16 out of 50.
Yeah, so take
So.
as many as you.
I'll take 2. See how those 2 go.
Okay. Can always
I'm
give you
drunk
more. We got
getting-
plenty of time.
Yeah. Yeah. Getting drunk on
In fact, why don't you just keep rolling until you're satisfied?
Yeah. Alright, first
It
one.
doesn't have. No, you don't roll though. If you
What?
self-ingest
If you-
it, you just get
Yeah,
the
it's
max.
max. Yeah.
Oh.
So
Oh.
you automatically get 10 per,
Yep.
Okay.
right? 2d4 plus 2? Yeah, 10.
Correct. So it'd be a guaranteed
So then-
10.
3. I'll need 3.
Okay.
That'll
That's fine.
be close enough.
Chug-a-lug, chug-a-lug. As
Yeah.
you give yourself some magical healing, feeling the warmth of the liquid soothe down the back of your throat. You feel your wounds that you've, earned through this battle begin to close if they hadn't already begun to freeze over. The flesh itself kind of patching itself together as you heal yourself back up.
I'll take a couple as well for myself. I'll take 3. Just in case.
As you, are in the center platform and you begin making your way to the trial of Foresight, you venture across this icy bridge. The party with you, designating as probably being the best person to join you on this trial. I'll give you the descriptor, and then we'll probably call it for the day, since it might be good if he's actually here next time. If not, I'll do it. It's fine. But I think I want to give him a chance to, and we only have like 5 minutes. So, as you reach this newfound plateau, it's significantly smaller than the one that you had just fought the giant on, maybe being a total of about 50 feet across versus like the 100 feet that this one was. As you enter, you walk through another archway made of ice, the symbol of the Raven Queen embedded at its peak. And as you enter this plateau, this circular platform that you stand on, you watch as from the other side, through a similar archway, you find a mirror image of yourself and Ono that both walk through the other side. A voice rings in the back of your mind, and as it does so, you see the image, an icy visage, that of a warhammer, peeking through the opposite doorway. You turn around, you look to see if there's one on yours as well, and there is not. And the voice simply emanates out, "Claim the hammer." As a icy version of yourself and Ono stand mirroring every single movement that you make. Whether it's shaking yourself about, flipping at the bird, they do the exact same back, as if looking through a mirror. Actually, no, it'd be not looking through a mirror, because that wouldn't make sense. But they seem to, the exact same hands make the exact same motions, just from the opposite perspective. So any way you move, they move the opposite direction.
It's like the classic in the movies when when the dude's trying to pretend like he's a mirror.
Yeah. And I think with that trial now going to be in motion, we will call it there for today.
Alright.
You guys kicked ass on that giant. I'm like impressed.
Yeah.
That could have gone really bad had you not had silvery barbs.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, like, how much on the defensive I want to be right away. About our
Right.
I'm like, ooh, this thing
Yeah.
could kill one of us in a single turn.